outside. If I don't know what I'm doing today, or finally, I'm up here. This place, let me show you something. You guys, I haven't walked over there yet, but it's blowing my mind so far. Something's chewing these trees in half. And it's not a beaver, okay? I'm at 10,500. There is not a pond of water, even a cow's watering thing for 10 miles below me. And this has just happened. What has done this? Look, I'm telling you, it's something. Oh, unreal. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Look what they did to beautiful living trees. Human. Humans, okay? And you wonder why these guys resist when you show up, because they're sitting here. Who knows how really important these trees are? It's probably more important than we thought. You guys, I'm so sorry. Bad human. Yeah, because they know they're safe, because no one comes here. It takes so long to get here. All right. I love being where you're not allowed to be. Look at this. I'm allowed to be here. No one else is allowed to be here. I have permission. This was blocked off years ago from the public. And it takes 11 miles to get just up the dirt road. Now, even where you enter the dirt road, that's probably another 7 miles to go to where there's people. That's how far. That's where I am when I do my videos, typically. So far. And then even then, most of the time, the brutal ones, I'll turn in right there and walk 6 miles. You know what I mean? I got connections. You can see that there's been tracks there, but it's like a couple times a year. That's the state. That's my friend. He's the only one. Well, his department. And he said they come up. He said, usually we don't even go. We go in the early, as soon as the snow melts, and they'll clear the road, and then same thing. Now, he said they might not be back until the spring up here. So he said, enjoy, have fun, you have permission. You know. So that's what I'm doing today. Come for a walk with me. It's very difficult because of the right and left. It's straight up. And you got to go miles to get to anything. And not miles, about a mile. And I filmed it all. It's called The Altar. If you want to know what's 2 miles up there, go to my channel and look and search for. Remember, on my channel, when I say these things, there's a search for my channel. You can just type in The Altar, and you'll see what's up there. I named it The Altar because it looked like a place in the forest you could get married. Something happened here big with the trees. It looks like them. I know why, because on this corner, I'll never forget, I've only been here one time, and they have an arrow pointing straight up there, and that's why I eventually went in, and I never came back on the trail again. So I've been on this trail for a total of 10 minutes in my life, and I'll never forget. So there's a lot more of this going on now. This is all new, and it's them, as you can see. Don't worry about whether you know their language or not, but just whenever you see the design, if you see it's impossible, they did it. Especially when you see a triangle, a crap load of pine cones. They did all this. There was a triangle on the corner that pointed right in there, and now it's not. It's been changed somehow. I don't know. It's in that altar video. You know, they have spots like this. Then I turn the corner. What's amazing about this is no one in the world can be anywhere in here, and you wonder why. I didn't even ask him. They won't let anybody in here. They don't even know. He said they don't tell these guys anything. You could ask a ranger about Bigfoot, they'll just laugh because they know less than a regular person would know. They know nothing about the forest, a ranger. Isn't that funny? They're called a forest ranger, and they know nothing about the forest. They just drive around on the dirt roads, you know, that go through the forests. They know nothing of boots on in the forest. It's amazing. I'm just saying, like, in general, I'm sure there's a few in the world that are extremely knowledgeable, but as a whole, very few. He's like, we just give these jobs to whoever applies. So let's run this for a second. See, they've been blocking. This is what they do. He doesn't even drive. They'd only go to that corner. No one's been on here in a long time. So when I did, I never got much further. Remember, this was 3 years ago. My knowledge base was not as good. I was doing pretty good, but I wasn't where I am now. And I saw that forest right there, and I didn't even bother to keep going. And I went way, way in there. Not a lot happened, if I remember. Timestamps, yes. But as far as like seeing them or noises, I don't remember, to be honest with you. It couldn't have been that good, or I'd remember. So let's see if we can change that today. I don't know if it came out in that last clip, but I said cool is the rule. My buddy spits. And my camera died. So the new camera, completely dead. It's the same thing happened last time. It worked for about 10, 15 minutes. You guys look at what they've been doing now, because no one comes up here. So when this trail was brought in, they pulled back a little. Years and years ago, I think it's old logging trail is why they closed it. Look at that. How do you not see it? I gotta stop talking to those idiots. I really do. If you don't understand that, that's what you are. You realize that, right? Because you're not listening. I'll never lie to you. Look at that. 2.5 miles. I like what I'm seeing a lot. %. That's 100%. I've had normally I would never do this. I would have been off the trail so long ago, even by the signs I saw, but I just am drawn to keep going. You gotta remember the 3 miles, I'll be 3 miles in about 10 minutes, right? And you don't realize how fast it is, and then when you go to get home, you know, that's a lot. So if I go to 4 miles, now I'm at 8 miles, remember? So you just double, and then look what I'm coming into. It's a valley that's unobtainable. The only way to get in there would be walk here or get dropped off in a helicopter. There's the two options, unless you can teleport. If you could teleport, what are you watching my channel for? Well, I guess even teleporters could, you know, this is ridiculous, but do I think people teleport? No, I don't. Would it be beyond the realm of possibility? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When you understand what the world really is and how everything is energy, nothing is beyond the realm of possibility, only within the human realm. That's impossible, only for you, because you're a simple little spring chicken, okay? Not for a being that's been here for millions of years. A species. Wow. How beautiful, you guys. That's where I am today. Man, just to get to here, I haven't even filmed yet. It's been 2 hours, I think. Since I left, it took me 2 hours just to get to where I'm going to start looking around. I got to go all the way in there. I'm not stopping now. This is too hidden from the rest of the world. There's not a freaking sound out here. 3 miles into this, right? I am gonna put this video up, even if it's nothing, so you can see that there is days. Now here, it should be different, right? There's nothing here. Here's a place where there's no people. It shows you how little of an impact. I think we have an impact with our damage, but as far as existing people around their areas goes, it's very little and very easy for them. I'm in a place where it should be out of control. This looks like something they did. But you know, it's like, There's nothing here. This is what's happening to the people that are seeing my videos, and they're coming out and trying to find structures, and this is what they see. Nothing. I passed them earlier, but back here should be better. Give me a second. We're gonna go up to this corner at least, because I'm over 3 miles now. At very minimum, even if you guys have turned this off by now, this is a good workout because I'm doing it fast. I slow down for the video because I don't have my stabilizers, but I'm walking this very fast. I do see activity at the end, which looks like theirs. That was cut by my buddy, so let's go down there. That looks interesting to me. That's it. Unless I get to that corner and I don't see anything else, I'm turning around. All this should be used. They've been in there, but they're not spending lots of time in there. I don't understand. You can tell they're up in there. 100%. Is it worth going up there? I don't know. Here's something happening here. I know they did that. I know they did. It's too strategic. They did it. There's a bunch of rocks there too. They did this. I showed you the structure behind it. There's not a freaking noise out here. No birds. I heard a squirrel earlier today, but that was at a different place. Nothing. It's so weird out here. I am walking on the trail. Going off trail it's 100%. It's gonna increase everything by 100% by walking out of your human area. Think about it. No one does that. People will never leave this trail, ever. Nobody does it. No one will ever even walk over there. They pee right there. That's where people have been. This interests me. I'll tell you, it's tough. It's tough to want to go in there because you got an X-ray on it. It's unusual because then you got all your rocks, but the forest is still good. It's a mixed forest. It's a mixed match with boulders, and it's pretty. It's very rare to find something like that. Like if you see the rocks, usually it's just the rocks. Or, if you see the trees, you'll have like boulders in between. But this is an entire field of them. It's weird. I got nerves right now. I don't know why. I haven't heard anything. Oh, there we go. I haven't made any whistles. I think something right in there. Let them come to me today. I've come to them, but I don't need to go up in there. I would, but I'm 3.2 miles into this trail. It just keeps going. Look how it's never been used. And going and going. It used to be, but now I love that it's gated. That they keep these terrible people out of here from the city. I just love it. When I say terrible, they're people that should never leave the city, ever. You should never, ever leave your apartment again. Just go to work and go home. If you weren't a Girl Scout or Boy Scout, please don't come up here. Or unless you're with someone that used to be one, because you're destroying the world. That's amazing right there. So far, I'm not going to give you anything like vocals or whistle, anything. I have nothing yet. Nothing yet. There's a squirrel, yay! Hard to get, or it's really pretty with the colors up there. I find this rock really weird. That's too weird. Why would that rock be in the middle right there? Oh, it's been moved. Yeah, because it's just so weird looking. I mean, you guys, I've seen better places just right on the side of the road. I'm back where no one in the world is allowed to be anymore. And I'm not seeing, I see it, but I'm not being pulled in or drawn anywhere. I'll bet you something, it's good up there. I bet you that's so good up there. Nothing though. If they want me in here today, they're gonna have to give me something. I need something. 4 miles. Okay, the only thing I've determined, see, you see there's stuff everywhere, right? But they're not like all over like you would think. They're just marking these areas, and most of it seems like it's gonna be back there. You know what I mean? So you have this big giant miles worth of hills to come up here. And the whole way you'll have these signs. And no matter what, they'll keep sending you up the hill. Why are those rocks so weird looking? I like being this far into where humans haven't been able to destroy anything yet. Like it wasn't a logging road because they haven't even cut wood here. The only cuts are from them, this, even though it's not a cut, for internet across the road. But nothing's been farmed on the side of the road. Blatant. Something I see, not overly, but I see it. In places where a person couldn't have done it. There's just not a lot happening. Which tells me these are big guys. They don't seem to have any interest in me whatsoever. Like, as far as I can tell. I just want to say amazing. I think I just had my camera in my pocket for the last mile on. I've never, in 5 years have I done that. Followed a closed road for 4 miles. It's been 4 miles. I'm not exaggerating. There's no way. Like, I would have peeled off at one of the structures. And I just knew. I swear, I don't know why. At the same time, I was like, you know what? Don't care. Whatever happens, this is my video today. And then all of a sudden, I think I'm where I need to be. Give me a second. Now all I have to do is find the right spot, and I'm going in. It's going to be a little bit of not dangerous, but a little bit of a sketchy day because I'm already this far in, and now I'm going to do more miles. I'm going at least 1 mile that way. I just want to show you the outside. They're marking it all goes straight down right there. Everything sort of ends in here, and they have marked the hell out of it. And this is what I was waiting for. I didn't know what it was, but now I know. This is what I wanted. This is what I'm looking for. It looks older. You can't really make a disturbance on this type of ground here. This is high elevation. You can see them though. You can see them. Mulch. Show me your spot, you guys. Show me your good spot. Like, that's cool and all, but that's not what I want. Give me those seats, those active seats. I might just go in here. I'm planning on up to 1 mile, but something has to happen before that to make me go that far after walking 4 miles already. But I really want to make sure because I may never have a chance to come back here. This is what I'm seeing in the distance. And it looks really good. is what I wanted. I love to find the more flat worlds. Some of the best ones are right on a hill. This is pretty good. Right here. It doesn't look that used to me. It looks like it used to be used a lot. Let's go find their active spot. To confuse, you know. I still haven't made one whistle yet. Really. Look at these X's I'm coming to. I think I'm in the spot. You know, technically, if I was to walk in without roads, I'm 12 miles straight into the forest. Maybe this is the spot. You know? Fake fire. What do you want to bet? It's fake fire. I knew it. Freaking knew it. Look, they put an old, really old tin thing in there. That's been there for a long, long time. Never has there been fire there. Okay? Fake fire. Fire, okay? Not fire, fire. Fire! Who remembers Artie Lang? Not many people know who Artie Lang is. He was Howard Stern's sidekick for years. Fire! But he's had a real drug problem. Now he's missing half his nose. He blew it, man. Just like Jackie the Joke Man. Those guys are making, you know, Artie was making about $1 million a year between his stand-up and Howard. I just let it all go. Look at this. This is the spot right here. You can tell it's active. It's just that you don't make it. If you see the brown without the weeds, then it's active. It's just, you can see it getting kicked up. It's just that it doesn't make. Oh, this is good. What time is it? I gotta stick around here for a while. I just don't want to walk down that trail at nighttime. It's gonna get real chilly up here. It'll be below freezing here tonight. And I'm not prepared for that. Am I prepared to make it in an emergency? Yes. But I don't want to do that. Because that involves fire. Fire! So that's what Artie Lang used to say. Fire! Most of you probably don't know who Artie is. I know some of you would. Any Howard Stern fans know, especially back in the day, know who he is. Look at this. And then he was actually a really good stand-up comedian as well. I mean, pretty good. Dirty as hell. Racist. He's not racist, but his work is. Kind of bothers me. There's no reason to say the N-word in these. Why bring it up? He does it in a way where even the black people are laughing in the audience, but let me just talk about life. At the same time, like, why bring it up? You know, it's just so he can say the word, you know. He says it like 50 times in one of his acts. I don't like it. I don't see any reason for having to say that word. So unique here, guys. But this is it. This is all I got for you today. Remember, because of my brakes. I have no brakes. I drove my truck, but it only stops by putting, you know, slamming all over the floor. There's nothing to do with the GMC. This is my own fault. I had to hit the brakes harder than you can imagine. And it does have 235,000 miles. That truck has been absolutely flawless to me. And I would sell it to anybody because that's how good of a truck that is. It's amazing. In fact, when I'm forced to upgrade, I'll be really sad to let that go. I may offer it to one of you first. Think about where that truck has been. That truck could be a part of history one day. And I'm not even kidding. All right, because this video doesn't really have a theme or a beginning or an end, or I'm just gonna show you. I came up much further, so I'm almost a mile now straight up. I can't, literally right there's a hill. You gotta come straight up, and I did it. So now I'm about 5 miles I'm still about 4 from home because the mile I did this way, and I can cut in that way. So even though I've walked 5 miles, I'm still, if I do it right, only 4 from the car. But I just gotta take a look in here. It's so bizarre. It should be the best place in the world as far as being remote and not being near people. And it's not bad. But I can't find, it's too vast to find the miracle spot here. It's just too big. I'm in it though. I'm right in the middle of it. I can feel it, believe me. I got goosebumps. It's a trident. It's the same freaking thing we always see. It's a dreary, kind of a cloudy, overcast day too. It's a good day to die. These are the days, you know. For some reason, it's not like sunny and beautiful. When someone you know dies, it's like always shitty out, and then it rains. And every funeral I've ever been to, it's been like a crappy day for some reason. What the hell's going on? Somewhere back here is something. I wonder if these guys are already moving lower, because it's brutal up here at night. I don't think so. Some of them maybe. Oh, it's an old cabin. What are the chances of this? Someone built it off grid. Like this was something that someone built a long time ago that no one knew how. I mean, no one knew that they built because there's no roads or anything. This is something they did off, like, brought their saws back and did right here. Hey, at least I have something I found. Usually when I find these in the middle of them, it's marked and I'm seeing stuff already. Leading trident. Right in front of it's got borders all around it. You guys must have laughed when these idiots showed up to build their hut. See, that's where in that video I showed the most incredible structure you've ever seen in place. They had taken 2 of these from deep in the forest somewhere, and they stood them up and made an X out of them. Look how old, guys. We're going back. I don't know if any of you guys are can experts, but you can date by that round circle. These are old. This is 60s, 50s, something like that, X in the middle. Of course there's an X in the middle. It's the one of their, it's part of their language. They did it. I find it in almost every one I find, okay? There's your 3. I wouldn't be surprised if an other sits back there at some point. There's your 3. They did that. Believe me, I have nothing to gain by telling you that. Trail markers. These guys built this thing right in the middle of them. What do you want to bet I can prove? There's another one. What the hell is this? Very cool. There's some kind of really unusual looking boulder field over there as well. Oh, these guys had no idea. They had no idea what they were doing. That's why I get so frustrated with people, because I know exactly what I'm doing in a sense. They have no idea. Coming back here thinking they're like pioneers and stuff. It's the funniest thing I just laugh. I used to be fascinated with old people, now I just laugh at how pathetically they knew nothing. It's just terrible at how we knew nothing. You guys, this is from like George Washington. I'm not even kidding. You can tell by the logs. This is literally from Washington times, from the war. Look at the metal. That's amazing. These are all leaning. All marked behind the structures. This is in the middle of the forest beings. Man, is it getting dark. What time is it? Oh my God. I am not going to be happy. 2 o'clock, being up here. Look at that, behind it. Believe me, they built that shit right in the middle of them. The sheer ignorance of people is a mind blower to me. It really is. I think I sound a little dramatic of it, but it's because with that ignorance come incredible ego problems and egos. And I think that's where I'm just like, man, you are so stupid. You have no idea yet. You have the biggest ego of any human being I've ever seen. You know nothing. I don't like to sound like this on my video, but I'm leaving it in because I need to make a point here. You're not nearly as cool as you thought you were. You see this? They're all sitting right here underneath this. This is as dirt as it gets here. Man, is it dark up here. It's so dark. Look at the two. It's so dark. The camera lights it up. But for 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's dark. Look at those two cabins. How crazy. Look, there was no way to get here. These were built here. Let's go see this boulder field. All right, do you believe they built those cabins right in the middle of them? I mean, I'm talking smack dab. Can you imagine? They live here, okay? You show up thinking you're 100 years ago, thinking you're this badass woodsman, okay? You might as well be a little tiny goldfish in a tank of piranhas. Not that they're going to hurt you, but in a sense, like in fact, it's the opposite. They're not going to hurt you, but you are the least of the badasses out here, okay? All I'm saying, guys, is please lose these egos you have, okay? You have no right to have one. You got to believe me on this, okay? Blatant. Look at that. See, it's different. You know, to me, that's separate. This is my video today, you guys. This is it. I'm just so far. I need an A for effort today. I kind of knew what was going to happen, but I had to do it. I've got to cover everything. You know, I got to cover every basis. That white X in those cabins is good enough for me. Not necessarily, but it's amazing the signs. Here we go, same patterns. It's amazing the signs when you come out from that boulder field. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Now watch. It's amazing. This even blew my mind because I know these types of areas, and I couldn't believe what I find is right here. Video better. So I'm just being honest with you, but I do have nerves, like big time. There's a difference, in my opinion. Here is where it'd be great to have something has walked in here besides me. I'm telling you, they go in there. I think he's sitting right behind that thing. Metal detector. These guys are probably miners, and I'll bet you anything, there's probably, not anything, but if you were ever going to find a hidden pouch of like gold, that's where it would be, especially if these guys left in a hurry. These were just abandoned. Why would they be abandoned? Why wouldn't you keep two amazing cabins good? Why one day did they just give up on it? Just two random look, there's no way there was a road that came in here. And then they got it all marked. It happened right in the middle of them. Oh, wow. I didn't notice. Look at that leaner with the bucket. There's all kinds of really, really old human stuff here. I mean, it's all, like, you could just practically put your foot through it. Looks like there's a perch right there. Whoa. Oh, it's a tree. I was like, that is just too close. It's a tree going back and forth. Like when the branches are up, it'll make a little whistle. Oh, I have one thing to say. It's blatant. Do you think that's been hanging there for 90 years? 100 years, maybe over 100 years? There's another one right there. So you know it was brought here by the people. It's on the end of this leaner that looks to me like was put as one of their structures. It's a star structure down there. All the corners are made available for the others, and there's the X. And this has been here since the beginning of time, practically. It's closed and has 100-year-old mulch in it and dirt. I don't want to ruin it. I don't care if there's $1 million in gold. I care, but I'm not going to destroy it. No, I won't do anything for money. I'll never do the wrong thing for money, ever. It has nothing to do, mostly I'm talking about this subject, but I mean in any way, shape, or form. I'll never sell out. I never want to have, do I want $1 million? Of course, but I never want it where I couldn't have a smile on my face about it. If there's any guilt that comes with that money, I don't want it. I'm being completely serious with you. It has to be, something legit. I'll take $1 million donation. Imagine that, $1 million. I think I would shock people with the responsibility of that, like how I would not mess that up. I've made all those mistakes throughout my life. Thank God I had the clip running, because now you can see. I told you. What did I tell you? I knew it was here. I think it's it. Yes. Thank you. Okay? Now this is what you're seeing. This is what I've been showing for 2 hours. I knew, I even said, it's somewhere around here. I'm in the middle of it, but this isn't what I want yet. I just found it. I knew it. I'm so happy. I've never been so happy and so nervous at the same time. I got nerves. I am so far up here. Wait till you see what I'm about to show you. Let me start over. Look at this teepee. Because it goes out at the top. I knew it. This is what I was looking for. I swore I got to the point where I'm like, listen, they don't have it. Their main power grid isn't there. Or it's somewhere I just can't find it. It was right next to me and I had no idea. Wow. You guys, this is nothing. Give me a second. Wait till I get in here, okay? Wait till you see this. Look at those X's. Look at the seat. Without fail. Okay, you got that, and you got your seat. Yay! It's so dirt. It's just that pine needles over the last day or two just fell there. That's all it is. Look back there. I knew it. Those idiots. They built 2 cabins right in the middle. Smack dab in the middle of a Bigfoot world. There's no wonder, no matter what the reasons might be, that they're not there anymore. They got rid of them. Look at this. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. I don't care if he had anything to do it or not. I'm thanking him. It's not like I feel like God is walking me around like, Mark, okay, look, your next best place is up to the right. It's just that it's like anything, I don't believe God sees everybody and everything at all times. I don't believe it. I'm not saying it's not possible either. Like, I'm totally willing to believe it, but it's just too much. There's trillions of situations going on. You know what I mean? I think that's why there's liaisons. There's things called angels and things like that. He has help. But so it doesn't matter. I'm still that thankful. Without him, I wouldn't have this. He put this here and gave me the ability to find it, to find places that no one else in the world has ever found before. That's what I do. And to be able to do that, you have to give up the whole rest of your life. Because the only locations where places like this exist are where you're not going to have a life. It might be beautiful outside. Like, oh, that's so beautiful where you live. Okay, but that's it. Okay, there's nothing else. Yes, the air is incredible. It's beautiful views. But there's no girls. And there's nothing else. And there's no way to get a job. You're not going to... I could work... I have major connections in Vail. I could get a job. I got a job here in 5 minutes when I moved here. I stayed at that job for almost 2 years. But it was too far away. I had to commute. It was a nightmare. Look at this. You guys, you have to understand. It's not wind. Look at the calipers. Okay, here's what's growing here. This is the smallest tree growing. And look at this, the structures. Not even close. And then if you leave this area, there's nothing. Literally just feet away. It's just beautiful. There's barely even a structure. This is hidden, okay? Trust me, they hid this. And if a regular person, they would have deferred them a long time ago. They simply put their hand out, or their eyeballs are turn color, depends on which one. And you'll say, honey, let's go this way. Oh, okay, good idea. Never will they know the difference. Yet they'll walk away with two of the biggest egos on earth because they just think they know. They think because they got A's in college that they're smart. And because they have a Mercedes, that makes them better than, say, the guy running the ski lift operator. You know, like, it's an amazing thing. A lot of these people are in for a huge, huge shock the second they die. I kind of look forward to being dead. Like, look, can I just stick around and watch some of the idiots come over? Because I just need to see their face when they learn that all the stuff that they were told over and over and over again is all real and all true. And just see the shock. They don't even believe in God. The only thing they believe in is how great they are. This is the way I see America. And it's a shame. All right, so I find their little hidden trail right out of the back of that, right? Sasquatch Highway. No doubt about it. They're so here. I got my arms are standing up. I have so many goosebumps. It's unreal. And then you come to that right behind it. Pine cone eating. I haven't really whistled today except then. I went... Amazing. You kind of leave here and that's it. You know, I can see what's out there. It's nothing. Hidden in plain sight. I can't believe that spot was 100 yards away from those two old cabins and I couldn't see it. I found it on video, which is kind of cool. You can see how well they hide it. I find that to be one of the most important things to know. Is it shows how well planned they are, how well organized they are, how it's all the same across the whole world, which means the rules are the same. Their teachings are exactly the same. Oh great, it's starting to rain. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I didn't check the weather. That's fine. I don't have a raincoat, but it's raining. Look at the X out there. This hidden, amazing place. Thank you, God, for letting me get here today. I could do without the rain, but man, it never rains. This is the first time I've had a raindrop on my head all summer that I can remember. Look at that, and there it is. Look at that. Come out here, I just want to stay on the outside of it, right? It's all right there. There's seats and everything. I didn't even show you that. I showed you one seat. Come out of it. I think this might even be game walking around, avoiding that. What do you see? Nothing. You see the Bigfoot tree? And you got your leaner, okay? You got your leaners. Leaners, that's it. People don't know what that means. They think those true trees just fell over and are leaning there. You poor people. I feel so bad for them. Like what they're missing out on in life, you know? Look at this. Look at this actually, guys. I'm on my way out. I was playing straight out of Compton. I never put tunes on, but since I have such a long walk, I'm like, let me put some tunes on. And Straight Outta Compton comes on. It's like my theme song. I haven't heard it in a while. And I'm just jamming it and I'm playing that. But the problem is, I realize if there's a chance of someone else hearing it, how many times they actually say the N-word. And I don't want to come off as like, you know, this white guy that's like jamming a tune that says the N-word, but I can't help it. I grew up with those guys. You know, I grew up in Jersey, just right across the bridge from all of them. Except for, well, not those guys are Cali, but you know what I mean? Like when all that went on. Remember, Tupac was from the East Coast. Everyone thinks he's West Coast rapper. He moved to the West Coast and then changed himself to a West Coast rapper. He betrayed Biggie and all them. I'm not taking sides, but Tupac is from the East Coast. And this weird as it's starting to rain. How is that possible? It doesn't come off on the camera that well, but there is clearly a hole in those rocks. It's not a normal hole. I'm telling you, these guys, one of their biggest things is keeping us from knowing how they do it. Because even when I catch them out, he'll move and hide. He's not going to do his magic to disappear or whatever they do. He's just going to go hide and then they'll make you move away. They're not going to give away those secrets like that. Because it's happened to me before. I mean, I literally watch them and I'm waiting for them to do something and then they just zap me or whatever happens. Telepathy. We have the ability too, guys. It's not that hard to believe, okay? Playing around. Just sit right there. Hard to believe? No. Symmetrical X's, it's a wallow. It's all disturbed since today. It was disturbed today. And then you got everything you need. Your declarations, your X's, everything. Uphill. Brakes. X's. Wallow. Yet today, I think he moved when I came in this forest. Look at this forest. It's really, really pretty. This is my favorite forest. It's almost impossible to find them like this, where they're flat. I'm coming down a big hill, but I'm coming down to where it's flat. And it's pretty, and it's beautiful. And if I could have found this 1,000 feet lower, it would have been more incredible. I'm a little bit high up to get to where it's just insanity. Although, I'll tell you, that spot I found, pretty good. Look in the distance. That's a Bigfoot world, okay? If you're wondering what a Bigfoot world is, that's what it is. Do I have better examples? Yes, I do. This will do for today, though. I hope everyone's doing okay. I'm going to start my walk back. Look at this white X. Now, if anything I did didn't convince you, that should. And so should this. There's a seat right there, and then look at that white X. It's a double Trident X. Wow. The Tridents aren't flawless, but they're still Tridents. Remember, I make up the names for this. Unless someone else gives me one. And it's a double Trident. It's impossible. Yeah, right there. It's a double. It is a Trident. They literally are Tridents. Watch. I thought it was forks, but they're actually technically Trident. I'll walk you by it when I go by. There's 3 on each one. It's a double white X Trident. And if that wasn't good enough, there's 7 more for you. I'm not even exaggerating. This is a Bigfoot world. That is amazing. And that is a Trident. Okay, a double Trident X. I'm counting it. This little thing here, I'm counting it. It's a double Trident X. Wow. A Bigfoot world. Oh, you want to see a seat? Look at this. So you're seeing this, right? Right? What's this? I missed it. I walked right by it. I walked in over there. Oh no, I did come right through here. Fake fire. I swear I walked in over there. Because I went that way. There's 7 more X's for you too, next to the white trident, double trident X. Fake fire, blatant. No human being in the world would have put just that rock like that. We like to do it right. Even a girl, especially that made her first fireplace, she's probably bet you she does a good job. You can always tell when they do the fireplaces because they can't do it right. Fake fire seat right here. So here's where they sit. Okay, right here. We would love to see who sits here. He sits right here. You can see, even see the disturbances. There's actually a footprint right there. He goes right out in here. This is where they live. It's been so quiet today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard them one time, and it was off camera, and when I was walking up the trail. I heard one move, just like I did the other day. I'm really getting to know their movements. Like if one of them moves, I know what it is. It's not a deer, okay? And that's all I heard all day, so that doesn't even count. It was good enough for me, I guess, but you know what I mean? Nothing so far. I usually have, there's hardly ever been a day where even on the camera I didn't get something. I think I got them on the camera today, but I didn't get any noises. You know, and I love to get the timestamps, but noises are really amazing. So, one of my focuses, I said this last year, but I just haven't got to it yet, and I might try to do a few. But next summer, if I can stay in this, if I can keep you guys supporting me and get some more support on top of that, which I really need the most, I'd really like to start doing, you know, not specializing, but really doing some professional like audio work. I think spending the time to do that is hard. To get to the right, remember that audio has to be put in the right places. I feel like at this point, there's not many people in the world that could place an audio in certain places like I can. Now, there's lots of people that could go put them right in the middle of this, but I have places and know clans very well. And I know just where to put it, where they will give us those vocals. They will literally let us hear them. And I just have to do it. And it's, you know, it's a pain. It's a lot of work. You know, when you go through the vocals and you go through all the time to do that, and you're not getting anything, you know, people want results. So a lot of results, you know, this is easy for results to walk and to find their Bigfoot worlds. You know, then I can get you daily results. But, you know, getting real good stuff, that takes doing, believe it or not, doing what I'm doing today, letting it add up, getting to know everyone. And then you'll know where to put your audio. Okay, it's no coincidence. That tree is connected to that. Okay, which looks weird. There's your leaner right there in front. That weirdness that weirdness right there is connected to that, which is connected to that symmetrical X. Okay, which connects to that structure. And you're gonna question me when I tell you that they did that, because you don't know why I know they did that. You know, it's an amazing thing, people. How dumb you are, it is mind-blowing beyond any level of anything that's going on here. So I located the rest of their world. The rest of their giant world. I don't have time to go in there today. Down, I should say. You gotta see it, it's incredible. You see how it's all white? Anywhere you see white is their structures. Let me guess, the wind makes them white too. How dumb do those people feel now? I don't feel bad for those people. I really don't. I think that they're stupid people. People are telling you what to believe, and you're not listening. We're not telling you our opinion. We're telling you factually what to believe, and you're too stupid. That's up to you, man. It's your loss, not ours. Look at those white X's in there. Okay, now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. Those rocks are like that. From something running up there. At some point. Actually, that rock was there and it's not anymore. So it's that. All of these rocks have been moved. But I'm guessing before they made those marks, they came down that hill. Is it possible to do on their own? Absolutely. Yeah, freezing and anywhere you have freezing and thawing will move anything. You could move a building with freezing and thawing. Water is one of the most powerful things on this earth. And the most important. And some of these may come out that way. But I don't think so. You know, I think one. See, that was moved as well. You know, I got my signs right there, you know. See, these are the ones, like I feel like these, you might even got kicked down by hooves or whatever, whoever walked up there. They only go right there. Is that a big deal? No. Just, I'm really running the camera because it's so quiet. It's so freaking weirdly quiet. I asked him, like, am I at a Jumbotron somewhere? I know that sounds funny or impossible, but I swear I feel like I'm the star of one of their TV shows and have no idea. That's how I feel sometimes. Is that crazy? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it is. It just, remember, you don't know what it's like to be me, to literally spend more time with them than people. To fight with their laws and their rules, and you know, they're crazy if they think that people aren't going to get frustrated, you know, and there's days where I scream at them, you know. It's not scream, but just going backwards for a second. This forest too, I want to show. It's so unique. Keep in mind, I'm so very far away, you guys. When I finally get back to the car, it's at a dead end, and it's on a tributary dirt road that is about 8 miles long. That goes back to another dirt road that I have to drive 10 miles on, something like that. Another 8 miles. I bet you they run up and down this crap all the time. Yes, all the time. Although it's not. Remember, they don't have to mark it. It's marked right here, but it's not ever as much because the rocks are energy. Hold energy. I told you, when you're near the rock, any kind of, well, this is different. I've never quite seen a situation that looks like that with the rocks and aspens and pine trees. I am seeing a lack of organization on those rocks. I see the signs, like undeniable leaners. That rock was moved too. Probably a bear. That big old bear from sure. Big, fat, lazy bear. Every one of these rocks has been nudged out of the way. Every one. Walking down here, he's lazy. He ain't gonna walk through those rocks. He's coming right down here. You see, I think I filmed it on the way, but you'll see the markings. They're undeniable. It's 100%. It's a Trident X. Now you get down to this corner, and the noises will start again. Like the forest will be alive again. So weird. I don't think those are bad ones, but man, is it a little too silent? Like the bugs are too afraid of them to make noises. And you get down out of that area, you pass this Bigfoot tree, and then you're back to where birds are, and you'll hear a squirrel alarm clock go off, things like that. Nothing for the last 3 hours. It's been this silent. Up there, and in that, where those huts were, and where I found the Bigfoot world next to it. And it's all them. Big giant structures. All this is marking far above those boulder fields. I'll bet you that's incredible right there. Out of all the miles I've walked, besides what I found, this is where I would go in. I'll bet you it's so good. I know by the way they're blocking, it's gotta be good. Right there is where you go in. Right there. I don't make any of this up. Here's where they crossed it. It's on structures just like the last one I showed you. Symmetrical X. They tell you they did it. I don't have to tell you. They do, okay? You'll never see a better X than that right there. They did it. This is their spot. They don't want you walking through here. Only me. Right, guys? Tell them. Idiots. next to a trident. Okay? Don't ever question me if I tell you that they block the road. Okay? I don't make this shit up. I have definitive proof of why they do and how they do, and they literally explain to you in their language that they did it. I haven't been filming my way back. I'm almost home. I'm about a half a mile, I think, from the car. Brutal. I was all the way, you guys. I went all the way through there, all the way around the other side, miles and miles. I think I'm up to 7, so it'll be 7.5 without my 2 mile. It's so blatant. I mean, it's so obvious. I haven't been filming it, but where like they've been marking, right down in there, 4 up there. It's so blatant. And they make a mess of the rocks too. Like they'll run up there and then the rock will fall down. They don't even think to pick it up. It's one thing I noticed about them. If they do anything like where they, move something or like they won't stop to fix it. Even if they're out here by themselves, like they don't care if that rock moved and it's out here. Like they're going to leave it there. I'm almost positive. I've seen this too many times off the ground. This used to be a triangle right here. The triangle's gone. So you can call it deadfall all you want, but this used to be marked 3 years ago. You can look at I filmed it right here. It was a triangle. And why are they here? Why else? It's the same exact thing I found 4 miles from here on this road, except that where I was much higher. Look how it's all going left to right. Like there must be a major world up there. Like right there. I was miles up there for the altar. I was never right there. I forget where I came out. I think I came out down there more. I'd be curious to know what's behind. Whenever they overdo the side-by-sides like that, going left and right, it's always good. Here's a triangle, but that's not the one. There's a new triangle there, but it used to point up that way. It used to point right to where they were. So I know that's a major spot. I've been up in there. I'm not going to bother them today, but I know it's good back there. I think you guys do too. The people that have followed me know. There's an X right there. All you got to do is know how to look. And you know what's interesting? So I did this like crazy 8-mile walk today. I'm not exaggerating. It really was. But I did it way, way far away. But this is where we were. And you did a stacking right there. I find it amazing that it's been knocked over. This is not a highly traveled road. It's a dead end. And it's way out in the middle of the wilderness. And that stacking it's not there. I find that interesting. Because Brandon did a little like stack for them. Like I told you on the video, I was like, Brandon's hoaxing. He's like, no, I'm just doing it for them. Right? And I was just joking. And that was right there. It's gone. I find that interesting. There was also stacks down here that aren't stacked, where the rocks were put into the poop. Let me show you that real quick, because I think I'm going to go in here one day while I'm waiting to get an appointment for my brakes.